kobu ekwolo, kobu anyuku, not just doctrine. We even divide the eye. I think we have to sit up, ask ourselves this question, and our ability to answer this question is what will determine how far we are going from here. Share this video, click on like and love. Hey, hey, Aroka, 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 Aroka. Okay, let me attend to something right now. Then we're going to come back. But remember, what we want to discuss now, I think I need to explain to some people, let them know why the church must be in unity at this particular time. Yes, the church must be in unity at this particular time. I don't think we have any choice. I don't think we have any choice. How many churches kitchen and Igbo now control? When you talk about the churches in the actual number that we are looking for, you should talk of the Yorubas, the Beninese, people from the Warri. Yes. Talk about the men like E.A. Adeboye. Talk about somebody like David Oyedepo. Talk about somebody like Apostle Johnson Suleiman. Talk about somebody like Pastor Papa J, Jeremiah Omoto Fufoye. Talk about Mountain of Fire. Talk about call all those churches. Na so many places. I can tell you that now the kind of congregation that can even come up to how many percentage of these people are in is Evangelist Bukobi and Pastor Paul Enenche. I don't know if Pastor Paul Enenche is an Igbo man, because Anama John, Pastor Paul Enenche, is he an Igbo man? LGP man, I greet you. Oh, Emmanuel Ezoha, I know I don't have sense, but continue watching. Perhaps one day I will make sense and I will have sense to you. So I don't want to be distracted by you don't have sense. I know, but continue watching anyway. I appreciate you. Just keep staying here. One day you are going to see how sensible we are sounding. So we continue. Yeah, Pastor Paul Enenche, Enenche sound like an Igbo name. Oh no, an Igbo name call a man also. Pastor Paul Enenche. I think no so nya Van Disable could be a ministry, but because of how globally accepted that ministry do, I will go to see that year will go there. But the more you see are Yorubas, for God's sake, they are Yorubas, yet you don't hear any noise from their people. Yet these are the people who do what? Multicultural, like I want Igbo, but how differentiate the religion from their development aspect, and you can see how they are working. I don't know why an Igbo average Igbo man yejuwe na claim no makife no kando sife malo no nya the men original. I was coming down on a travel to somewhere, then I'm now the same Sienna with one of my Orifte brother. Very learned gentleman, if I must say. Ogla na Switzerland. Ogla na Switzerland. And unfortunately, one day going back to our roots, you know, so we got into an argument. Even the driver followed, and the one or two passengers sent on email Sienna. Joined in that argument. We argued for over 2-3 hours within the course of that journey, and we were arguing the same thing. When that guy speaks, all I see is Mazidibia. When that guy speaks, all the very intelligent, very, very intelligent, if I must say. But even Nagwagona, if he speaks, imagine somebody who is so intelligent and deep-rooted in knowledge that cannot help you today, in knowledge that cannot help you to progress into anything tangible today. What I keep saying, Fiji, your originality, the man of Baramna, non Igbo, just like I've heard it from Mazidibia. What I go? Emmanuel Celestin, here patet ale yapiam. Video sorun kam me delete. Yo okenolo we wash ye. Man if you na mu mecha video delete ye and na mu olu anything. Here patet ale yapiam. Eba aka no we carry okoma Saga we ofuma. This is actually the second time I drop here in my comment section. So now that I have responded to you, can you now see that it is strictly my business? I don't owe you any explanation. Over. Here I go. So, as I was saying, right? Imagine telling me that the DNA of every white man lies a DNA of Igbo man. We say how? Or we say no now the reason that an Igbo man will become albino, similar to the color Ndocha, but no Nyocha, and when he came when he see Oji, where Muamu, Mugida, Muchacha, Muese, Unimilaifa. If I wo inferiority complex will make you to keep feeling that you are more superior than every other person. How can an Igbo man feel that he is superior to every race that this continent? You say that civilization started in Africa. You say that Igbo supersede the DNA. You say that the original people who the owners of this world were an Igbo man. You say that every other the man even the everything in Docha Jew invented science and technology, whatever, it was found somewhere. I say no Ibuku museum kogono kosere afro one no the fact. What is this? Why can't we learn from people who know more better than us? From Ifai Motalonaka, we can now transform it into another thing. We can improvise. We can evolve. Where did evolution theory comes from? We can actually transform the knowledge into something beneficial to us. You cannot see Onye Yoruba or na Kefa. Onye Yoruba will criticize this church. Now this church they may so and so ten. Or if a Yoruba man will give me. But you can never see a Yoruba man who yagbaru not because of church. But and then Yoruba they develop. Not because of church. That they are going back to Gono or from one Igbo yet. Yet the man who is more, in fact, the richest pastor in Africa is not even from Igboland. And you can count up to Top Gono. You cannot see them. Igbo. And in the Yoruba focus in their development agenda, very different from the region. But Igbo, I too know, the same I too know, many politics in Nigeria, though, it has never taken you to anywhere. That is the same ITK. You mean you are so endowed, you have all the Abban the man who say, no from Anna to Enu, both to make Jinapa, both to my phone, Jinapa. Both to me, can you tell me one single one, see from the inventions of your forefathers? There is none. Every single thing from Opa to Enu was borrowed from the white man, or a borrowed knowledge. So, what is it that you think is left? What is it that you think is left? So your forefathers do so endowed, so civilized, well grounded in science and technology, and they were not able to make anything that can stand the test of time. Now the first library ever discovered was discovered in Ethiopia, called Gambia. Mwese Kerumbe invented akwụkwọ. Because we can have you cannot have a library. Anything in a library, if we're in a physical form, it will either be in the museum. So we say, who invented books and when was it invented? That is deceiving ourselves. That is deceiving ourselves. Let us accept the fact. Then he now talk about resources in Africa. About Ntundosha, Siabe Worie Bai, Mamekuri, Mandotwe, Nsie, no Etua he follow an Africa's who do so endowed in natural resources. Etua Kandocha, Suwe, science and technology as their own resources, the way I am seeing it. Because that is what they have been able to use to harness all the resources around the world, put it together into manufacturing something that will come back to come and serve us. Why in the Igbo do so divided? Even among the church, we are now divided more. Even among we Christians, we are even more divided more. That is where that question comes in. Are we still brethren? Now I might ask a question to know what is the problem. Is it jealousy? Is it envy? Or is it just doctrine? But if it is just doctrine, I expected the hierarchy in the mother church to come out and talk about it. I don't expect individual. Okay, now, even Naga in the afternoon before Mpuo for an appointment. And the other Naga, I saw where Father Mbaka was saying that. Father Mbaka was saying that also that if anybody must come against miracle, it must not be from the church. Yes. Yeah, I think I'm right. Also, if anybody must come against miracle, it must not be from the church. No, anybody will criticize or come against miracle, it must not be from the church. And to be honest with you, I think he's right. But now, sorry, I'm a man as Zion also in arrange. Is he not miracle? Is he not a Christian? Doesn't he operate from the church? So you are now obsessed because na Bishop Balago nefa hunu neme ayeyeyeye madada ebunye Holy Sacrament madada ebunye Holy Sacrament madada na miracle ni na Bishop the against it no say na miracle ahụ ụsụ unu nwepa wime ị na-achọzi ka ịkọwarịa ọkwa the same way ka mmadụ esi wee mechie anya wee gosie Chukwu Emeka nọ na Congo eme business ọkwa etu a ka mmadụ esi wee kpee ekpere a record of tremendous miracle na Zion. The bishop is against your own activities and you are against Evangelist Ebukobi's activities. Who is right? Don't you think that I can say maybe what of one of the bishop do right, then it leaves you and the Evangelist Ebukobi not the same place. But if you are fighting the bishop under the same ground, Evangelist Ebukobi is waiting differ with him, I think two of you must stand at the same place. That is the point I'm making. All the bishop on Agbayo, na Holy Sacrament ya hi na-ebuni all power na apụ na that Holy Sacrament. O ji wee na-emende mmadụ say that na ọgwọrọ ọrịa or na mmadụ dara under anointing. Bishop wee na Agbayo na ife ha adịghị effective. E na-achọ ka ịkọwara bishop na ọ bụrụ na nke ya adịghị effective. Na nke ọ dị effective. Now you na the other hand na Evangelist Ebukobi na-emechi anya a na-ebu amụma na-eme nka ịmakwa mmadụ ole nọ na Lagos na-aza Emeka iwe na-agwa na a lot of those miracles na ha nchara ihe na-ewe n'ọkwa nji. So now are you not trying somehow to prove the bishop right? You even came after 100 days fasting when you were some time ago declaring 14 days fasting. So you are coming after every value that makes us a Christian simply because you want to fight your brother. Simply because you want to fight your brother, you now decided to be scattering even the chair and the table you are sitting on and you are making use of. You want to go? You are sitting on and you are making use of. Prove one point. You people cannot prove any point. Can you tell me one thing? Father Bakana, Bishop Enugu. Bishop was against all those miracles because to him, he couldn't comprehend all those miracles. And you, now the other way around, you are trying to explain to him, now this miracle, the real, that God can do miracle. Now, you are also against Evangelist Kobe in the way a manner he's also operating in Zion ministry. And he's also trying to explain, is he even supposed to be explaining to you? When you know that the same thing you are subjecting him to is what you are being subjected to by your own bishop. Onye ka nji wee sị na ọnwụ na deso nwike abụrụ interest ka ọ na-azọ ya na agba echi ji wee so okwu. Ọnwụ na ife o believe wo I should have right to decide what to do na my own government, not for selfish interest. He in return will not be having the same program ya na agba echi will with Simfubara. Or hand you over. Have you seen? So you might as well say that na bishop wo yes wike because na bishop no first before yes wike mba amechi wo bishop yes wike one Father Mbaka because no operate and before Evangelist Ebukobi. Now Evangelist Ebukobi wo Fubara. So if Mbaka, Father Mbaka wo yes wike can fight with Amechi wo the bishop over the same issue. Now in return, Nyau yes wike we now start fighting with Simfubara over the same issue he fought with Amechi. I don't know if you are getting the illustration. These are the same thing, but all different players they involved. The bishop is trying to tell you that if I heal a male magic call in a choke a bishop no blow magic. No one other alone young wall, none alone go wall. In a choke a wave they say Kobe. Now hold a boomarayama. Now ho magic call. Yama will buy you. No one on a magic yaho. Chukun and Yendamuma. No authority on in Yendamuma on your awful. No, you na Kenya wana n'ọlụ na ọ bụrụ na miracle agwụgo na adoration Enugu na miracle ka na-eme na Zion Lagos mgbagwazie m kere ife dị ife aha na nso mweselo are we still brethren? All this disagreement here and there, is it just about the church doctrine or is it about personal interest? You ask yourself this question. For Father Webe Joy, I can understand clearly the angle he is coming from. The angle Father Webe Joy in Abia from is that okay. But I don't get POS here.
And come collect your transfer with that.
Okay. You see the other side of it? Okay. I don't know whether they are go. I'm not business can I'm going on. I'm in a program. I'm in a business. What I go? Everybody know that. So what's on your as you go? Although no business and does on the made up one. Yasisimu ezugo kere ife na alu. Oro kwe funa no na business we le this thing. E other go. Sikwa eba na. E other go na coordinate with other things. Maka na ngala be yika. Te wo gere na yika. So now, as I was saying, e other go. Nke Father Webe Joy do clear because na ọ na-ekwu okwu na-eme video. Ọ na-emphasize on problem nyanwa nwere. Problem nwere owo na o feel na evangelism could be so powerful and influencing money of police escort and the ndamine so evangelism could be ona for ye.
You get it as spice?
Yes.
How much is it?
15,000.
Okay. Okay. I'll tell them.
Okay.
Confirm, so because in case if that's a compromise is less. How much? That's 14,000. The clan, see Charles the clan.
Ifeoma Rachel Ugunne o make any minute now kwara onye o nwere mmaji ememe ebe na-emere onwe business mma agazi aga ma ejezi functions na nwere onye nnọchiri ụzọ nne onye nnọchiri ụzọ agbawa ọsọ be nna anyị ọwụnụ na m na-ezu ohi ana m ezo ezo mana adanụ m ezu ori ọwụnụ unu na an even na-ekwu somebody dey elu m yes can you people hear me? It seems like na network abịa n'ime mmegheri ọwụnụ na an even na-ekwu somebody dey elu m yes ọ dị nwoke ife akadum emute somebody dey elu m yes Ifeoma Rachel Ugunne I don't have any problem doing life na my shop or it's my shop, it's my identity, it's my address. And the Adam Ezuohi ahamele egbe mo iveji egbu mmadu. That is me giving my opinion. However, I thank you for your concern. Oh, thanks a lot. Ogosene from Nanya. Ogosene from Nanya. So, as I was saying before a very good and sweet interruption, yes, of course, Wilfred Franklin. Yeah, I will give you a call. So, as I was saying, before the sweet interruption, Father Webejoy do so much interested in that resources because we feel not that resources now empower Ebukobi. Imagine Lesus Ahonaba is not even in the collection of fleets of Evangelist Ebukobi. Evangelist Ebukobi, yeah, when it comes to that resources, it is Boko. So now when they feel that if this man can be richer than any bishop, if this man can be richer than a whole diocese, he can be richer than a whole diocese. How many members in the diocese? But like he can personally and single-handedly finance a diocesan budget. No go say na the man do so powerful that nobody dare challenge him. That is the area. He is being threatened by the kind of resources in the possession of Evangelist Ebukobi. So feel that church should take possession of those resources so that they can control him. Now, those things Evangelist Ebukobi na Alonan Gopala wouldn't have been problem to Father Webejoy, no diocese to in charge of those projects. They will probably advise Evangelist Ebukobi not only if one allow 100, and 190 go away by the mother. Are you getting me? Seraphic Hospital, they would have probably advised him on if Father Mbaka Bidoleba na allow Aquarafa bread. Everybody celebrated it. Did we not all celebrate it? Even Enugu, I will even go and buy that seraphic, that aquarafa bread and eat. It doesn't matter. We are supporting each other. Are you getting what I'm saying? So that is the point I'm trying to make. Are we still brethren called envy, jealousy, or is it just doctrine? So this one for Father Nwebe is not doctrine. It's all about being scared, not being secured, inferiority complex. He feels that what distinguishes this man from others is the inflow of resources people want to pump. That the money people are supposed to be pumping to the church, that they are pumping it into one man's pocket. That is the problem. Father Nwebe, and I can understand. Because if you can give another clear interpretation of that thing, it is jealousy and the envy. My daddy, na mmanya na-egbu ya. Onye asị na mmanya ahụ egbu. My dad wee jụọ ya. O nwere etu ọzọ mmanya si egbu mmanya ọ na-eji mma were egbu mmadụ. Like ikelu ntụ ihe si wee asatene na mmanya na-egbu mmadụ. If not na onye ahụ na Saga na-eme kasị ụfọdụ na-ekwu ụfọdụ ife ntụ osi ekwu na-eme ntụ osi ha eme. That is how you will come to a conclusion na mmanya na-egbu onye. Otherwise o nwere ebe mmanya na-eji mma egbu mmadụ. So how do you ascertain na mmadụ na-ewu anya ọkụ? Na mmadụ na-ewu anya ọkụ wụ that aspect of your life or feel threatened with that aspect of your life. When you go your dressing, you dress sha nice etu a ndị mmadụ fụrụ etu a nya ị na-akọta attention of ndị mmadụ and the onye ahụ enweghị capacity to fit in that shoe. Unu iwu anya ọkụ nwaanyị onye ji wụọ kwadocha ndị mmadụ adịghị ya anya oge ọnụ ọbịazina ọ wụrụ the talk of the town. For here, jealousy starts there. Ọwụna moto ya ahụ ị na-anya ka ọ na-emeburu moto ya apụta attention niile adụ focus n'ebe ị nọ ojikwana chichi oburu moto ọ na-akpagharị ka o wee wụrụ ihe egoni dị moto o jighị osisi mana o nwere ike buru moto 30 million or moto 40 million ime 40 million. Who are you to discuss that when you don't have that money? Why can't you allow people who can it is only people who are better than him that can advise him. Which advice can you? A young financial expert job is in the a financial expert money job is. You should be a teacher. A financial expert job a job. You rather be a teacher because a teacher, most teachers focus on theory. When it comes to practical aspect of it, it becomes zero. I am not trying to undermine the intelligence of the teachers, but I can tell you that most teachers are experts in theories. Well, when it comes to practical, it becomes zero. That is why a doctor Yeja advise you against is a cigar. But when they say cigar, he knows what is right, but implementing it is very difficult for him. So it becomes theoretical. Learn from what I'm telling you. So that aspect of your life, mmadu na ataki ugo una atu ichi na that aspect of your life. Ebe ahụ ka onye ahụ do threatened n'ebe nọ, especially ọwụrụ onye ka mma. Maka ọwụrụ onye ka mma, you can assume na onye ahụ na-achọ ka edu better. That person wants you to live better. That person wants you to get up to a bono. But ọwụrụ onye ka mma, ọwụrụ ego ka ị nwere. Oh, like you know, no the police aga. Somebody not in the capacity of evangelism. Do you think na etwaho Father Nwebe si we bia adoration ground on a 30 years anniversary Father Mbaka no one evangelism go be the environment will be the same. The man will shut everywhere down upon him stepping inside that ground. You don't know. But as he show, you should not do anything. Man, say, I am just because people want to get hold of him. Yes, now Bushi, proud Amen. So even cut out security. Security the security guard in the name. So I accept that name. Provided nation cut release. That's the name. Or security, the watchdog of the name. So as I don't offer. Okay. With my full chest. If I shall eat chairman for don't here, they give my voice. No choice. So, do you think no if they say move into that ground? Do I use that the ovation will be the same? It will not be the same. Everybody will want to get hold of him. Some of these security men are they do for protocols. It is not for. It is for protocols to observe due protocols. Because now life even threatened by some people who we honestly have a clear mind in their born. But the way and manner they will go about it, in a football open no when I'm but Zion still people na choka how you go moto. Even security men no na that crowd na do overpower. In the church we see aka. The church will for their own security. That is the caliber of a man we are talking about. So, if I'm talking to my lovely and my sweet brother. Now the kind of life if I get same problem life of authority on the one feel threatened. How can me being an ordained priest down seminary school for how many years, how can I be merely surviving? And somebody who is just a lay brother can be swimming in this kind of affluence, power and authority to the point that Namu Punopojo Makonya to the point that now from people who are supposed to be worshiping me as a priest. They even forgot that I have a white I am wearing my body. But they are now running after somebody named Shirt and trouser. What is happening? This morning. This morning with the program. That is why you always hear him saying, this money, wealth, even in our own work, we're very stressed. Imagine him driving on a pathway and people don't even know that he's in person. Imagine evangelism driving into government house or whatever with all the full entourage and security escort. It is a lot to get worried because not even a bishop can get that kind of attention. Not even a bishop can get that kind of attention evangelism gets. Nobody, not even a bishop, can get that kind of attention. So it means who are these people sharing him up? Why I am a priest? It is an insult. That is just what it is to him. So I can understand so now clearly these guys will be this kind of power Oja operating or a concern of some few selfish and greedy elements from the church. So it is not doctrine. I am answering you now. It is not doctrine. But the reason why we are divided among we brethren is because we allow personal interest to overrule that core Christian values in us. This is simple the answer. We allow greed. We allow personal interest
for the fact
envy and jealousy to overrun that core Christian value, which is love your brother as you love yourself. Be your brother's keeper. We lost that value because of our personal interest.
My brother,
if under the supervision and the authority of one man, that church is an institution. Church is an institution that is not under the leadership of one man. But as far as a parish is concerned, it's more like the father never will the final say. If not that some people will be looking at father who for the no father. Then again a diocese that bishop not do can overall. Can you overrun the authority of a bishop of Levidas, Catholic diocese of Levi? Can you do that? You cannot do that. Everything stands and ends with him. That was why, upon how influential Ivan Obado he was not allowed to be Kalayamas in the cathedral, which we know that cathedral. We know. If you think the kind of politics and they play in a church is very deadly and bad. You don't know. We know. Diocese under the Anglican diocese. Anglican diocese in my world. As not that diocese. You dare not to drive motor bishop you cannot. Only one man on our own Mr. Beast in that particular area. Where go powerful motor one. Where do you not a parish here? Bishop Joe Noya Nyamuta. Bishop Joe Noya Nyamuta. That is politics or coca. Where people are feeling that they are God. Where people elevate
my possible best
to be God. You see, these are the injustices we are seeing, and I know all in the name of Nonya Bishop, Nonya Father.
It's okay.
Nonya Bishop, Nonya Father. During the 100 days fasting,
will always be online. So don't hold from that day.
Last year, all the way from Enugu to go and give solidarity to a brother. If not because more travel outside Nigeria. These are what we do as brethren. We support each other. We support each other. That is what we should be doing. And I have given instances for people who never they say because they spiritual son of Adam. Let us even assume that he is, which is exactly the same video when misunderstand there. Because I will also want us to talk on a normal sense. Let us agree that he is innocent. You know today, South Shifrom is a worker. Genitorist village Oba. You are seeing today, whether he's serving or not, but the fact remains that Rogeni only is a worker of Rogeni fast forward till today. Can you honestly look at Rogeni and look at Innocent and say that they are equal when it comes to status? They are not, and that is what mentorship is all about. When you mentor somebody, you should expect that you are teaching that person what you know, and that person being a young mind You will get to work capable in implementing that thing to even borrow more to add to that barrier. We got very fast. And as somebody who mentors somebody, you should be happy when you see the people in a mentor doing fine. It's supposed to be it's supposed to be that if you see her protocols and then you have done or if you see a candidate see which are only when you it shows you each also yes we go see it no go work
put it in record to see it again record
what happened okay, we finish. So, but I'm being who bring one to be according to him. I say, imagine the Zion American branch. What believe that these people are Catholics because in his mind. What believe Luna? The Zion American branch that they are all Catholics. In his mind, all if you believe. Now 2.something billion now.
Villagers are happy.
Zion last year. What of all how Jenny their parish, their diocese. That is exactly what he's thinking. Now, do you know what it will take a parish? Do you know what it will take a parish to in fact, what do you mean by a parish? Which parish? Which parish? Do you know what it will take a diocese for them to raise that money? In just one do you know what it will take a diocese for them to be able to raise that kind of money in just one event?
So also making her to idea
that money is a lot of money that it can spark hatred, it can bring envy, it can bring jealousy. Because you have blood that money. It's not a small money. That money is not a small money. It's not a small money. So when I see people getting worked up about that money, don't forget, in case if you are forgetting, where the jealousy actually started was after that other 100 days fasting. The American branch with 1.something billion. JPAC now started with a video of Nego Ayejijelo factory. Ega Ayejijelo gono. A church. That was the beginning of criticism against the Zion. Before they found out the weight of evangelization Kobe, that was actually what made them to understand the weight of Ebuka. They never knew the weight of Ebuka until that day. Now, the moment they have paid attention, they now began to see. So, Oka resources because all the evangelization Kobe a man of God that doesn't have ngabase. Also, refinery, they will not pay attention. All that monetary aspect of it, especially for them with bed on a nature. Why Ebuka? Why Ebuka? Give you total net worth of this boy. Give you to this guy, you be. Yeah. If you on a book, on a book, Unemekatazie ako Zion. Isiana adapo. Isiana adapo. Yeah, good afternoon. I don't have. I always get from those people from the supermarket. You gotta go. So I watalo. More ways to go watalo. Let us continue as brethren. Let us continue as brethren. As in Ububike. Look at in the Yoruba. Look at Ife. Oye Deponalo. 100,000 seating capacity. Ifana Wagona. A single building. A single building. Ndene roof that church. Wunde roof Kata Stadium. Ndene roof that church. Wunde roof Kata Stadium. Ndene air condition piping of that church. Who Americans apota. Some materials and they produce it from that place. Did you see structure? There is no single structure in Nigeria that is equal to the amount of money also, as long as people keep following us, we will keep expanding. And then the Yoruba are not bothered about that. The Yoruba are not bothered about that. So also the evangelism could be now over 70 buildings na ngopala. Ufoduri mono mo believe for all Ijokodo. So also no na over 70 buildings na ngopala. If you follow for the moon, it's a quiz na quota. Imagine we go so all over the auditorium, 100,000 capacity, worth over hundreds of billions for the moon on Apula on Ayetetazi. Campota Wood, Nkawa Banke, Shirwa Maka Banke.